Welcome to the Electronic Church of God of Arizona. Today, our little study is about, should you have long hair? What's the Bible say? As mentioned before, this little study is about long hair. Should you a man that is, wear long hair? Should the woman have close cropped hair? What's the Bible have to say? You go on TBN and you see much of the ministers have long hairs, and some of their the male singers, have hair going down the middle of their back, just like the rock and roll artist has that unruly long hair. What's the Bible say about a man with long hair? So let's get right into and see what the Bible has to say about all of this. The Apostle Paul utterly condemned long hair on a male human being in 1 Corinthians chapter 11 and verse 14. Brethren, I suggest you write the chapter and verses down that we give you so that you can go back and study the whole context at your own leisure so that you can verify what we have to say here. Also, you can use the pause button down below the video, brethren, to start and stop this little study so that you can open up your own Bible and read chapter and verse right along with us. 1 Corinthians chapter 11 and verse 14, because males were created to be in the image of God and Christ, who did not, nor do they now, have long hair. There's an absolute proof that Jewish men with Greeks and Romans customarily wore their hair short. In the Bible, long hair to the shoulders like that normally associated with women is confined to the description of evil spirits. Revelation chapter 9 and verse 8. The so-called Jesus that we see in the churches and books today is 4th century concoction that an image of Zeus, the chief pagan god, especially in the Scarpius or Egyptian form. If the apostles could come back to life and go into our Christian churches today, our so-called Christian churches today, they would be aghast at seeing a pagan god being displayed and now being called, of all things, Jesus. Further in the appendix, Eubias copied the text of the Jewish historian Josephus in Against Apion 122, paragraph 173 in verse 4. In this section, Josephus was quoting an early Gentile author who gave some unique grooming styles of Jewish men. Josephus shows that Jews were known as, Eubias renders it, for their close-cropped hair. Preparation for the Bible, 9 verse 9, section 412b. He goes on to explain that even a lifelong Nazarene would have braided his hair and wound it around his head. He states that Samson, seeing that he was a warrior, would not have let his hair hang loose, as it would have been too easy to grab a hold of in battle. More quotes. In Loeb edition of Plutarch's Morala, if I pronounce these words way off, forgive me, on the Roman question of 267b in Greece, whenever any misfortune comes, the women cut off their hair and the men let it grow, for it was unusual for men to have their hair cut and for women to let it grow. Epiphanius of Salamis' letter to the Emperor Theodosius around AD 379 to 395. Moreover, they are deceiving who represents the likeness of saints in various forms according to their fancy. Pardon me. Sometimes showing the same person as old men, sometimes as youth, intruding into things which they have not seen. For they have painted the Savior with long hair, and this by guessing because he is called a Nazarene. A Nazarene wear long hair. They are in error if they attach stereotypes to him, to Jesus, because the Savior drank wine, whereas the Nazarenes did not. They also show forth deception by inventing things according to their fancies. These impostors represent the holy apostle Peter as an elderly man with hair and beard cut short. Some represent holy Paul as a man with receding hair, others as being bald and bearded, and the other apostles are shown having their hair closely cropped. If then the Savior had long hair, while his apostles were cropped, and since by not being cropped, he was unlike them in appearance, for what reason did the Pharisees and scribes give a fee of 30 silver pieces to Judas, that he might kiss him and show them that he was the one they were looking for, when they might themselves by means of others had determined by reason of his long hair him who they were seeking to find? Also, the New Commentary on the whole Bible, New Testament, says, and they had hair as the hair of women, and their teeth as the teeth of lions. Revelation chapter 9 and verse 8. Hair as the hair of women. An Arabic proverb compares the antenna of locusts to their hair of girls. Brethren, what do you think? Should you or your, quote, Christian buddies have long hair? With that, we're going to close for this time. You all have a great day. Until next time.